Alright everybody, let's go! Playoff time! We're heading into the in-house league playoffs here in Europe. I think by now the prize pool with the help of crowdfunding has actually risen to $2,700 in total. Keep in mind all the players actually invested, since every player participating here had to chip in $17 themselves, so everybody is invested in this tournament. And now that we're heading into the playoff bracket, it means that the group stage is of course already over. We're currently looking at the winner bracket actually. And the important thing to note here is that on the first day of this playoff tournament, every match is a best of 3, not a best of 5. And that encompasses the first round, that encompasses the 2 matches here in the winner bracket first round and the loser bracket first round. So in total it's 4 matches that are played in a best of 3 format, and then as we're heading into the winner bracket semi-final and the loser bracket final in the bottom half of the double elimination bracket, that's going to be best of 5s, and the grand final will be a best of 7 series. So as we're starting to kick things off here, we have the #1 seed of Group B, Team Makke, going up against Team Hasu, who came in second in Group A. So that's exactly what we're currently doing here. So right now, as you see, we have first of all Zul banned out. That still is true. Also keep in mind, Tacita is banned. Tacita is not allowed for this tournament since the patch dropped in the middle of the tournament, just towards the end of the group stage. And therefore all the players decided that Tacita would not be allowed for this specific tournament. Everything else is still played out on patch 50.0, so we have the new core mechanics in and new tower aggro as well. Johanna banned Tomb of the Spider Queen is a map that is very heavily leaning towards the well, wave clear, so super important to either lock her in or ban her out. In this case they prioritized her highly enough. We have Backhold again on Tyrael over here. We on Malfurion, that's why we have the Tracer ban now. Makke, of course, great on Tracer, and with Malfurion, she has a fantastic healer behind her that can overheal a little bit as she heads into the battle. Gives her the heal over time. ETC on the other side for X-Ray. X-Ray has slid into this tank role for Team Hasu, since Hasu drafted actually 2 support players and has so far done a pretty incredible job actually. So with the Ana pick, we might now see Limingol Gul'dan because Jaina just now has been banned out, and Jaina together with an ETC power slide stun and then a nano boost behind it, maybe even a Ring of Frost, would have been pretty fantastic here if Tyrael can't drop a Sanctification at the same time to negate the entire thing. So as we're heading into our last picks, we're gonna find out how exactly the damage is going to be spread out on the side of Team Hasu. Khaldor's the choice, alright, I like it, and they're going straight in for Blaze as well, so they're gonna try to burn them to ashes over here. Khaldor is a hero that you've seen sometimes on the high level play in, well, on Infernal Shrines and Tomb of the Spider Queen. So, let's go. Let's see what Hasu and his boys can actually do here. Nano boosted Pyroblast, baby. If you ever find any value for Pyroblast whatsoever, and I don't think we're going to see it here, but if you ever find any kind of Pyroblast value, it's going to be with a Nano boost. I'm going to tell you that much. So Greymane is getting picked now too. Gia locks it in. Makke on his Mephisto, who this time was actually not banned out, so finally gets access to the hero. Usually it's a target ban against him. He's one of the few Mephisto players that we have in Europe, but he can be pretty fierce. But they apparently were quite confident that he can keep the Mephisto play in check and ban Tracer instead. So now that we're heading into the last pick, let's see what's gonna happen here. Keep in mind, best of 3. I'm repeating myself since all of those group stage matches were best of 5s, but the first round of this double elimination system bracket is all best of 3 matches. Maiev as the last pick, and let's go. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game #1 between Team Makke and Team Hasu. Game on, ladies! On the left side of the map, our first map in this best of 3 series, we have Team Makke with Backhold on Tyrael, Blade on Rexa, Makke on Mephisto, Gia on Greymane, and we on Malfurion. And to the right side of the map, Team Hasu is the German, with X-Ray on ETC, Banana H on Ana. Banana's Ana is absolutely fierce. That's why Ana is oftentimes banned against Banana, because Banana's Ana is pretty bananas, so they ban Ana against Banana, because Banana is just really good on Ana. Max Passion on Blaze, Ultralisk on Maiev, and Hasu on Khaldor. This is, again, a best of 3. Once that we're headed into the next round, we're going to look at best of 5 matches again, and the best of 7 grand final is, of course, the crowning finish to a tournament that so far was a lot of fun. Alright, so let's have a little bit of a look at this. This is patch 50.0, and we already had a few matches, of course, in this patch. The tower aggro is now very, very different. So is also the setup with the core, and in addition to that, the way that forts behave around hero engages. So now we have more so the League of Legends Dota 2 model, where tower aggro is immediately shifting towards an attacker, towards a hero that attacks a friendly hero. So it's more of a situation in which the forts and towers are trying to defend heroes on their team, which in and of itself is actually pretty cool, but could also lead us and should lead us to an increased game length on average. And again, I'm stressing the on average here. So I think in general, games are most likely gonna be maybe like a minute longer, maybe like 2, something along those lines. We'll see how much we have after a couple of weeks, how much of an impact this is going to have. Also, of course, all the cores have now their own, well, their own toolkit pretty much to defend against attacks. So that's also kind of important here. And this is, of course, true for every single map that we have currently in the map pool. Quite important that on this map in particular, on Tomb of the Spider Queen, it's on a 5-second cooldown, the new mechanic on the core. And it's a death wave that gets launched by the core, and that deals 5% maximum health as damage. Here and slows them down as well. But it is dodgeable. That's one of the things with a lot of these abilities. You can actually dodge out on them. You can't dodge out on the fight at the bottom of the map if you're interested in the Siege Giants though. That's the immediate attack and max passion. Maximum dead. Yes, but the counter kills. Tyrael goes down. Explosion value. X-ray is also low. Ultralisk is nearly falling. They're trying to go for the stun. ADC with a slide. And the blue team locks in the Siege Giant camp and nearly gets another kill against Hasu. When it comes to gems, there is by now a significant advantage for Team Hasu though. The team in red has a lead in experience. It's a tiny one, but it's there, and they got the 2 kills, of course. So right now we have them with 28 gems against 27. Yeah, it's a pretty solid setup, especially if X-Ray is able to finish the turn, and which he does. Great for them. That's 22 gems already locked in, so that's pretty fantastic. And now topside, our little battle between Makke and X-Ray. The rest of the team in blue is focusing on the Bruiser camp on the left side, trying to get the push going through the mid lane, force a reaction on the other side. Talking about reactions, up towards the top, the tether, where's the slide? He doesn't have the cooldown, and they can't dive too deep into the towers because of that tower aggro. It will be really interesting, because previously what you could do when those minions together with the mercenary camp pushed into tower range, you could dive very, very aggressively because all of the shots were soaked by the camp. Now that's not the case anymore, and this really diminishes the value of these camps just by a little bit if you were trying to play aggressive around them. So you can of course still make that dive, but you will also lose armor. So it's not only about the retargeting of those structures towards the hero, but at the same time, there is also an armor problem that you're going to have. Every single tower shot reduces your armor by 5, every single fort or keep shot by 10, up to a maximum of 40. And once that you're looking at minus 40 armor, you are pretty darn vulnerable. So you need to be really careful around that. The one good news about the patch when it comes to aggression is that you're not slowed anymore. And that's actually quite impactful too. But we'll see how much of an impact this is going to have here today. For now, of course, we already see Makke in a bit of trouble. He needs to be very careful. He holds 14 gems, so careful, buddy. Rex are still at the bottom of the map. Blaze has already started to move into the middle to help out a little bit. And the teams are both aiming at level 7. And there it is. Makke, on the other hand, is in trouble, and in a lot of trouble at that. That's 14 gems. But the Malfurion player, is able to pick all of them up. But another good kill for Team Hasu. But that move against Maiev. He gets out. Hasu gets healed. Oh my god. Bananas Ana is bananas. I mean, holy hell. He went in and simply healed that shit out just as Hasu was about to fall. So that was a great move here. I can already guarantee you that Ana is going to be banned in some of the previous maps in this series. I mean, there is a reason why the hero is pretty much perm-banned against this player. And you can already tell the positioning and his ability to just keep everybody alive no matter how they play. Like, so he could keep a bunch of headless chickens alive. It would work too. You drop that guy in bronze 5 and he carries the team on Ana. Top damage, top heals right there, I can tell you. So here comes the Weep Weavers as we're gonna go in straight away through the middle apparently. At the bottom of the map, of course, a bit of a push out. currently in terms of the damage output. Maiev is taking the top numbers with 18,000 already. Tyrael all the way up towards the top has to deal with the attack of 2 heroes here. Ana and Kalthas are trying to get the damage in. Yeah, nice knockdown. Well done. Okay. Follow up immediately after the gravity lapse hits with another flame strike. And by now, we have the wall more or less destroyed. Here in the middle, only the gate has fallen, but the towers have taken damage. At the bottom of the map, Max Passion is also trying to push that through. And it's solid damage that they do, but they don't get a keep with it. As long as they don't lose Max Passion here, they're going to be Gucci. Yeah, Max Passion is able to get out. Jet Propulsion is, of course, in. And in the middle, already trying to set themselves up for maybe even guard at the turn-in point. Now we have, of course, that situation where the blue team could try and go for a counter turn-in. But the red team is pretty close to getting another turn-in as well. They need another 16 gems, which isn't really requiring too much from them. So that's definitely possible. And they have nearly a level 10. And once they have level 10, a turn-in for Team Makke is nearly out of the question. So now that level 10 is in, they can't turn in up to the point where they have their own heroic abilities. So if Hasu and his boys can at least now turn their gems in, that would be pretty fantastic for them. If they get a kill during that time frame, that would be even better. Dropping a mosh pit here, no problem whatsoever. And is he gonna go for the party time? No, he's not. There's the Phoenix, by the way. No pyro, and for a very good reason. Reason is simply that Pyroblast is shit. But would have been fun with the nano boost. I give him that. Max Passion is maximum dead, and that is 17 gems lost. And the blue team already turned into. Actually, Ultralisk, clutch, my friend. Clutch, that was a last-second rescue, but he's able to get most of the gems. So there's still a couple, but most of them were converted. There's the cage already down, and off we go. Bam! Locked down with a fantastic gravity lapse from Hasu. There's the nano boost. ETC has also fallen, though. Ultralisk is still low, trying to get away. Rexar with his ult is attempting to stop everybody, and it's another follow-up kill, which makes it a triple. Nicely done. But you can already tell, Tyrael down, and that is a direct result of the new tower mechanics right here. They dove really deep underneath the towers for the last kill, which would have been no problem whatsoever in the old patch, but over here, that play gets punished by the structures. The immediate retargeting on the attacking heroes, and it ends with Tyrael dying. So incredibly important to really note that. That will make a huge difference as this continues. I actually expect that during this tournament, at least during day number 1, we're going to see this a couple of times, that players die to the towers because they're just not used to those mechanics yet. And in the heat of the moment, it's absolutely normal to try and go for your old plays, right? And just like dive in with the minion wave, dive in with the camp and try to get that kill quickly. Maybe even just realize, okay, I'm going to get attacked, but not really accounting for the extra loss in armor. But once that we're heading into maybe day 2, maybe the next tournament, I think the team will have adjusted their playstyle a little bit. And that's also when I think we're going to see what I mentioned previously, the additional game time on average. And as I explained in a couple of the group stage videos, I'm actually all in favor of more average game time in Heroes of the Storm. It's something that the pro players in HGC back then and casters heavily advocated for, because average game time in Heroes was just a little bit too low. And just to stress this again, we're talking averages here. There are, of course, already outliers, and nobody wants to have games on the same length of Dota 2 or League of Legends. But having another 2-3 minutes on average in game length would have been pretty awesome back in the days when we still had a flourishing esports scene here. But unfortunately, Blizzard listened with the usual delay and put it in a couple of years later then. But at least, I mean, we have it for now, so it could be pretty interesting to have some late game matches, especially since it might also change the way that people draft a little bit more, trying to get heroes into play that have more of a late game spike in their power. We mentioned a few examples just recently. I mean, Azebo and Zul'jin, I don't expect them to be like top level S tier picks, at least not on the competitive level, but they could maybe make a bit of a comeback on certain maps with certain strategies. Banana H, on the other hand, is not going to come back for another 30 seconds because he gets locked down. A nice party time here with ETC as he goes straight in for that. Gets interrupted, though. A lot of players immediately trying to focus him down. Again, social distancing is key these days, and if you see someone partying it up, you know that's not quite what we're doing right now. Yeah, there's another kill. Tyrael goes down. The counter kill against ETC. Explosions everywhere as Tyrael also bites the dust. And here we go. 8 kills against 9 by now. Down to the bottom of the map, the fort, of course, has fallen, as previously shown. But here's the next turn-in, and that is another Web Weaver wave. So Team Makke is not only fighting back in this game, but they're also starting to take a small lead now. They might be behind in kills, but they have taken the advantageous position in structures and also an experience lead that should increase as this continues. Ultralisk! Oh, clutch, my friend. Oh, that would have been the best kill ever if the board takes them down, which is actually not happening. Okay. What else are we gonna see here? At this point, down at the bottom, a little bit of a fight right in the middle as they're trying to push this through. Up at the top, most of the action is currently happening around the fort. Bot lane completely ignored for the time being. Quest completed for Rexa, so that's a 25 extra armor for himself and Misha. And here we go. Off we are to the start. Web Weaver is down. They're gonna lose the fort in the middle. That one is pretty much a given. The question is, can they maybe push the bot lane a little bit more? Top lane fort is, by the way, still in play. So that thing has suffered a lot of damage, but it is still active. And, well, you're really focusing towards the top. Might be able to jump in here. Yeah, the retargeting is already there. And here you can see, minus 10, minus 20 armor. So that can be problematic. You gotta be careful. But they still go for it. The defense is there, but they only have 2 heroes. There's not really a whole lot that they can do. Nearly level 60 now for Makke, and his boys looking good here. But they don't have the gems to threaten another turn-in, so it's really just time for Team Hasu to sit tight, sit back, wait to get level 16 themselves, and then work on their own turn-in. Turn-in number 2 for them, of course, that is. Right now, 27,000 damage for Makke, 37,000 for Maiev. And yeah, Makke out-damaging the mage on the other side. More damage than Khaldor right now. Has died 2 times. The only hero, actually, or the only player that hasn't died in this game yet is Malfurion. The French player, has not died once just yet. So, attacks are coming in again as we're moving towards the top, apparently, for the turn-in attempt. Down at the bottom, Blaze is trying to make a similar play. Rhaegar is guarding the spot, though. Not Rhaegar. The other wolf. Good old Greymane. No double support just yet over here. Okay, so X-Ray, careful. Yeah, they're trying to make the play for Makke again, but the problem really is that the longer this fight lasts, the more Team Makke has a chance to pick up enough gems to get another turn-in for their team. Right now, the slide is in. Party time! The mosh pit! And down they go. It's a triple kill. 3 down, Malfurion, Greymane, and Tyrael all fall, and here comes the turn-in. Team Hasu back with a bang. And apparently trying to also go for the boss, and why wouldn't they? It's a 5 versus 2 on the map. There's absolutely nothing that can be done by Team Makke. They don't have the gems either to turn in now, so they're simply going for a camp. Red Web Weavers are already descending. Yeah, halfway decent-ish time. It should actually be really, really good timing from them here. And obviously Team Makke knows what's coming now, but that was a fantastic setup. 16 talents are in, and this gives us also Ignite. Yeah, Fury of the Sun would have of course been great too, but Ignite damage is actually pretty neat these days and oftentimes played as well. The Pyromaniac and the rest of the build is pretty much the same that you would usually see here. And they're already more focusing on the middle right now. Top lane is going to push aggressively, and top lane is really where Team Makke also has to defend. So nobody can really split and guard the mid lane now, as long as that boss and that Web Weaver is still up at the top. The Web Weaver has already been defeated. Boss is currently getting more or less ignored. Only Greymane is sitting tight. Reason being that the fort is most likely going to fall anyways, but you want to protect the keep, of course. In an ideal world, even attempt to save the outer structure. 13 kills against 8. Down here, Max Passion is about to come in, or trying to flank, maybe slow them down on the rotation, since the Web Weaver at the bot lane is already attacking the fort. The one in the middle survives. Boss is through the fort at the top side, and is now starting to knock onto the keep wall. Shouldn't really have too many hit points left. No, it's gonna fall any second, but the bottom fort has also fallen. So, there we go. Yeah, careful for the next fight. And ETC nearly has his mosh pit back up, another 10 seconds. They need to be careful about that, especially here in the choke point. The last time he got the mosh pit out, he made a massive dance party happen. Here comes the jet propulsion. ETC, another 2 seconds. GR low. Tranquility keeps him in play. Nicely done. Bomb spread is coming in, but not enough to secure a kill against Greymane. And everybody else is rotating out. Here they can turn in the gems again. 89 in their hands. They got another turn in. How many do they get delivered though? 31. 31 gems have been handed in. They got the rest, but can they get the access? 18, nearly 19. Both of the teams very even in experience. Blue team doesn't have enough to get the turn in. This first game in the best of 3 series is pretty sick. That's exactly what we hoped for. Now again, as I said previously, Makke's team actually finished in the #1 position in Group B. Hasu's came in 2nd in Group A. And this is the first match that we have in the playoffs. And also the first map. The Tether is in again. Ultralisk with nice play here. So this entire setup, he's actually done pretty well. 58,000 damage now for Hasu. Okay. Berger and his boys are coming in. Backhold, of course, has died 5 times. He was heavily focused at the front line. Trade value activated on Tyrael. Getting that cooldown reduction now on the trade. 60,000 damage for Khaldor. 42,000 on Mephisto. And everybody's still trying to play as patient as they can. Especially, of course, the red team. They want to have level 20. Once they have that, it's much easier for them to turn in and try to guard the turn-in process. So that's what they're currently going to try and attempt to do here. And so far, so good. But yeah, we are 16 minutes into the game already. And here comes the flamethrower on 20 for Khaldor. Nano Infusion is out as well. Bolt of the Storm for ETC. And here's the completed turn-in. X-Ray gets it through. Siege Giants at the bottom. Gia, Tether, Cage. They want to force the fight. They want to get the kill right here. And why shouldn't they? Gia can't get out, and that's a kill. And that comes at a real bad time. In comes the party time. Rexas feigning his death again. That ain't happening. He's dead too. Blade is gonna fall as well, and that's gonna make this defense extremely difficult. 2 heroes down, and it couldn't have come at a worse moment in time. Level 20 in the hands of Team Hasu. They have the Web Weavers coming in, but at the bottom of the map, they won't be able to push a whole lot because the Web Weaver is already held up in traffic over here. Yeah, even in the times of Corona and empty streets, it seems like the Web Weavers have, unfortunately for them, taken the wrong path here, so they got a bit held up. It was a traffic jam at the bot lane, and now they have to move through the middle where they take the fort down. So not quite as strong as they were trying to pull that off here. That could have been way better for them, because by now we have Greymane on a 10-second death timer. So he's going to be back in just a second. Yep, off we go. Here we have our little move towards the keep, and I gotta admit that they might hold this one back a lot better than expected, thanks to the delay. Now Greymane is at the top, dealing with the Web Weavers over here as the keep gets attacked. At the bottom of the map, at least the catapults have made it in. Over here in the middle, they need to at least try to take one of those keeps down. That's exactly what they're currently doing. As the flame strike, gravity lapse, nothing gets out, and the keep keeps attacking. No pun intended. And with the extra armor damage, that's a problem. Towards the top at least, this looks like we're going to see at least one keep fall, one keep down, that's good. There's a sanctification on the ground, and they're attempting to chase. Bot lane, also a bit of a problem, because the catapult has already started to home in on the keep, so this is losing hit points as we speak. The fight in the middle of the map, on the other hand, isn't over yet either. They're still fighting this out, trying to make the plays here. And top lane pushes through completely towards the core. Now, bottom of the map, shouldn't really be an issue, but all of the keeps are low. And now we even have catapults zooming in on this. Oh, yeah, just as we speak. Okay. It's not going to do too much damage. We're 19 minutes in. This is kind of Winian territory, but you need a few more catapults on the core before they become really, really dangerous. So level 20 on both sides now. Here comes the slide and a kill. Makke down. Max Passion with a maximum effort here is also able to still hold 41 gems, a lot of bling bling, and that could be another turn-in for them. They definitely have the gem amount in total. Blue Web Weavers snuck in first though. Nice, backhold, buying them a little bit of time. So far, so good, but the red team is diving for the keep. They want it. They want it. Shots are being fired, minus 10 armor directly. Can they get the whole thing? It's so close. Yeah, Fury of the Sun. 41 hit points, and it's down. Yeah, Fury of the Sun would have killed it a little bit earlier, but still, they get the second keep. That's 2 keeps down now. That's pretty much all that you can expect right now. Yeah, 16 kills against 8. And here's also one of the reasons why I actually like that those forts are a little bit more aggressive, the keeps as well, that we have this bit of a core mechanic. And the reason is simple. It's not necessarily true for this game, because up to the late game it was actually very even. But you've probably seen a lot of Heroes games where a team absolutely dominated for a long period of time, but they couldn't really break through and finish it before it was a 20 versus 20 game. And then the opponent's team all of a sudden wins one single team fight and wipes or takes 4 heroes down, death timers are high, and then they can move through the map, through fort, keep, and can maybe even go for core. Plays like that are gonna be a lot more dangerous. I mean, there's obviously a huge advantage in having good comeback mechanics in the game, but if they're too strong, then it's also a little bit of a problem. And I think this is hitting probably a better balance. But as I said, there will be a couple of nuances that will most likely be adjusted as this continues, so time will tell as we're collecting data. Up here in our first game of this best of 3 series, on the other hand, the data is coming in topside when it comes to team fights. And especially Tyrael is nearly getting beat up again, but saved by Malfurion, so good. 45 gems, max passion, no bunker. Oh, he's down. 45 gems. God, nah. X-Ray. The slide is interrupted by Misha. The big boy plays from the bear. Nicely done. Yeah, it was a good attempt by ETC, but he pays for it with his life. And now we have the boss wide open, and Team Makke is starting to take advantage of it. Hasu Ops is now moving down to the bottom of the map. To the Siege Giants, actually. Okay. So this lane is going to push for them. The Siege Giants are going to be very helpful with that too. The entire setup is going to aim to just simply defend the core, because top keep is... I mean, top keep is a goner. That is already clear. But it's pretty brutal now, because that's... I mean, again, first of all, Blaze dying with this many gems is an issue. Then X-Ray dying in an attempt to save them is another problem. Now they have 2 lanes pushing aggressively against the red team's core. Look at the minimap. Bot lane, mid lane. Super aggressive setup here. Guys, what the hell? What? That's an F right there. I mean, seriously, Zets and Zex. That's an F for effort right there. The catapult's going for the wrong thing. Now the minion wave is there. Retargeting is happening. It's going to be a race, but now we might actually see them win it. Mephisto's down. The core. The death wave is coming through. Gia goes down 9%, and this is game. That's Team Makke with the lead in the best of 3 series here in the winner bracket. Game number 2. Yeah, Makke and his boys in the lead. And that was a quick turn. So we ended up with 18 kills on the side of Team Hasu Ops and only 10 for Team Makke. But kills don't mean jack shit if you don't end the game. So unfortunately for the boys in red, they just lost the first one. Volskaya Foundry is our second map, which means that they have to decide what they want to do with Mephisto. Mephisto, definitely a hero that you want to ban out against Makke. Do they prioritize other heroes higher than that? That's something that we're going to find out right now. So at this point, there's a couple of heroes that we have to focus on. First of all, you will see Zul most likely banned out again. They have to decide if they want to ban Mephisto out. And I suppose that on the other side, Team Makke might think about banning out Ana too. Since Banana and Ana is pretty bananas, and he kind of rocked it in the last game, despite the fact that they lost it. Yeah, the last map, it was also a little bit awkward, right? I mean, the entire thing starts with Blaze getting caught with 41 gems and eliminated, and then we have the ETC attempt to retake the gems. That didn't pan out. Bam moves towards the bosses, and that's that. Didn't help that the catapults were apparently completely abandoning the idea of attacking the core, and instead they're like, there's a useless gate over there, let's take that down first. So, yeah. Not that it would have changed the outcome, don't get me wrong. There's our ban against Zul, and, well, for now, no Mephisto ban, instead Malfurion. So trying to limit the support pool a little bit, targeting the Frenchman on the left side a little bit more aggressively right now. What's the ban here now for Team Makke on the other hand, since we are on Volskaya? Do they ban Ana out, or do they just say, yeah, whatever, play it, we're fine with the nano-boosted mage in game number 2? Medivh gets banned. Yeah, you got the Hasu Ops and you got Ultralisk over here. By the way, the question pops up all the time, so I'm going to answer that again for everybody that's asking. Dennis Schneider on the right side is actually Hasu Ops. The reason why his real name is displayed is because I am real-life friends with him. Like the real ID friends that you can go for in Heroes. Once you have that set up, you get the real name added. I don't really know why and what, but that's why. So the question keeps popping up. But there's our Banana Ana. So Ana again. Taken. I mean, color me surprised. Duh. Obviously he goes for Ana once more. Gia on Chromie. Okay, so our little sandwich is already in. And we have Tyrael again from good old Bergholt. Now, keep Rhaegar in mind. Rhaegar now with Bloodlust ever since the patch. And with patch I don't mean the 50.0 patch, I mean 49.4. Quite strong, so could be a Rhaegar pick again. I mean there's another ban phase coming, but if you for example have, let's say, like Greymane, Rhaegar and Tyrael, that's a frightening, this is a terrifying composition. That's really, really difficult to deal with. Okay, so Rexa gets taken. Li Ming is in for the nano boost. Okay, that's gonna power her quite a lot. And the ban phase. What else are you gonna get rid of? Main tank is something that you could eliminate now, and they do. ETC gets banned out. Another hero that X-Ray played actually a lot is, for example, Garrosh. Could also play Johanna. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's other heroes too to play here in the tank setup, but those are the two that he usually picks when open. And what's the ban now on the left side? Do they target Makke? Do they ban Mephisto? Something else here? Haha, Rhaegar for the Bloodlust. You see, I told you. Okay, so Bloodlust, no Bloodlust at Rhaegar. They're a little bit afraid of just like this auto-attacker plus Sanctification plus Bloodlust style. And that's why we have this right now. Okay. Alright. Come on, boys. Let's go. Next double pick. What do we get? Vala! And we have Auriel. Okay, hope dies last. Yeah, the Vala setup here should be a nice one. I'm kind of happy that we have Vala in this game now. At least one game with Makke Vala, so that's nice. And since this is the first game, actually, again, I sound like a broken record, I know, but I apologize since the group phase was a bit different. This is a best of 3. First round of the double elimination bracket is a best of 3. After that, we head into best of 5 format again. And the grand final is a best of 7. X-Ren and Nubarak, okay, way more aggressive than I expected from them now. And we have Thrall, played by Hasu, most likely. Deathwing comes into. Here we go. Blade with a hero and a proper skin and tint as well. And ladies and gentlemen, with that we're heading into the second map of this series. So let's jump straight in. Team Makke against Hasu Ops on Volskaya Foundry. Game on, everybody! Volskaya Foundry is the map, and off we go on the left side, the blue team, with Makke on Vala, we on Auriel, we have Burger, aka Bergholt on Tyrael, Blade on Chromie, and, Blade on Deathwing, and Gia on Chromie. And on the right side of the map, X-Ray on Anubarak, Banana H is playing Ana. We currently have Ultralisk on Li Ming and Hasu Ops on Thrall with Max Passion on Rexa. Alright, let's go. Yeah, Chromie is also happy that she's in here. Was always a little bit more naughty side of the things, but let's see if she can be naughty with the damage in this game too. Already riding the money pick, so that's definitely a bonus. Gia was always one that knew how to select his mounts. And as we're heading into this, we have an arrow build on the side of Vala. Beautiful skin, by the way, especially in-game on the side of Blades. I mean, that looks fantastic. Honestly, it might even look better if you're on the red team, considering hit point bars, but yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, either way, with the skin being as the... honestly, I just want to like home in on Deathwing right now. that looks pretty fucking fantastic, I'm not gonna lie. That looks really, really good. Max Passion at the bot lane has to deal with all of that beautiful glory here. Same time, we have now the level 1 talent for Thrall starting to stack. He went into the Echo of Elements, so we're not seeing Trash Lightning or Trolling Thunder. Neither one. And down to the bottom of the map, There we have slower 1 versus. I mean, it's a 1 versus 2, right? Misha counts. Yeah, Misha definitely counts. There's some of these unbearable games where Misha is not getting registered, but it's kind of impossible to overlook her here. So now that we have everybody rotating topside, it seems like there's an additional item on the agenda for Team Makke. They're homing in on that healing beacon pretty quickly. And there we go. Item secured. Okay, item advantages, of course, here are going to be pretty important. We gets nearly wrecked over here. Okay. And our little hoodie crew is currently doing fairly well. But keep in mind that the Nubrak on the other side is going to make those deep dives later on, trying to get the stun set up. Would have been kind of cool also to see a Malfurion pick together with this, but they banned it out since they didn't want the blue team to have him. But it's actually kind of neat if you have the Nubrak engage with the follow-up route, for example. In addition to that, we're currently looking at the build. Dragon Soul, Heatwave are coming in. We also have the stacks now with the Puncturing Arrow. Dominance on level 4 for Li Ming, so no Triumvirate taken in this game. This is, of course, I mean, again, it could be the last game of this particular series. If Team Makke takes it, that would send Team Hasu into the losers bracket. Kind of important to note. So for them, it's really important to win this one and then bring it towards game number 3 and the final map in this particular match. Another thing that I should probably also point out is, of course, the mechanic that we have on this map in regards to the core, since we are still new to the patch with 50.0. And here it's a little bit different. So the rocket fists that you've seen already on the protector, they get shot out from the core as well. Every 6 seconds, the core shoots out 3 of them at nearby heroes, knocks them back if they connect, and also deals 150 damage. So it's a pretty cool thing to have, but it's honestly easy to dodge and not really all that impactful. Depends a little bit on, of course, if you're melee, if you're range, how much time you have, if you have a dodge or not. But it's something to watch out for later on. If connected, it can definitely shut down an attempt for core if you're just trying to buy time here. Talking about time to buy time, that might be the first kill in this game. They're already trying to go straight in for it. Nearly got this one set up. Yeah, not quite yet though. I mean, that was nearly first blood in this one. 3.5 minutes in and we haven't seen a single hero die just yet. The items are still there, but just look at the progress on the blue team side. That is just sexy as hell. I mean, seriously. I really, really like that skin. So, level 7 talents are in. Therefore, we have Calamity. Also, Hasu is working on his level 7, on his level 4 progress. Has already completed the level 1 talent. Off we go. Deathwing is still sitting tight. They have 98% on the progress bar, so there's that. And what else can they do? Already jumping in down here for the extra item. Red team is doing the same thing on the right side of the map. And, well, no plays just yet. There's very little aggression actually here. Nobody committed to anything yet. They're just trying to go for the extra items. There is an advantage for the blue team, and now they're trying to move in. Deathwing already on the way. Trying to zone out Banana H2 with success, I might add. And now that they're reclaiming the position, this looks like a freebie. I don't really think that the red team is even going to fight for this one. That looks like an easy protector right now. The first objective in the hands of Team Makke. And here we have it. Temporal Loop gets taken by Chromie. And everybody's moving through the middle right now. Quick attack against the wall, trying to burst that down. And both of the towers are already eliminated. That, of course, is now even more so important with the new tower mechanics in aggro. And the rotation towards the top. But also noteworthy that that protector has already eaten tons and tons of damage. So that thing is rather low right now. I mean, damn, son. The thing is nearly taken down. So the wall is about to fall, though. It's working also on the minion waves. Deathwing at the bottom of the map, exactly where he should be. And a little bit more damage, maybe. I mean, at least open up the wall would be nice. 4 stacks on Thrall. So he needs 1 additional connect, and he's going to be fine with his level 4 quest. Rexa is down. Okay. Rexa eliminated. The man with the mask. Once more taken apart. Or the orc with the mask. People complained lately. They said like, Khaldor, Rexa is an orc. He's not a guy, he's an orc. I was like, I don't care. Okay. 10 versus 9 on the board with heroic abilities in. There was also first blood, by the way. Rexa down was the first blood in this game. And in we go. Come on. 8 stacks, by the way. Talking about Rexar for his level 4 talent. Going into the Hunter-Gatherer again. Top side, yeah, there's that fountain attack. I love how Makke doesn't give a shit about a Nubarak. I mean, a Nubarak in plain sight is going in, and Makke is laying like, yeah, well, stun me. What else? You don't have anything. You guys don't have enough, and I want that fountain. And he got the fountain. You gotta give him that. Now we have the 5 versus 5 actually. Makke is still on the run, playing around the stun setup. Nicely dodged. Hasu is coming in. Quest is just now completed. Gets the double connect, but now the former war chief is locked into a corner, goes down, and Deathwing is trying to go straight up for the next fight, trying to make the play for Banana H. Here gets the extra damage in, but Ana still moving away from the battle. Chromie can't connect it either. Gets at least the kill against Misha over here. But that was another big L for the red team. Team Hasu starting to fall behind a little bit. Gotta say. Yeah, right now, 2 kills against 0. And just look at these item advantages that we have for the blue team. They hold 2 healing beacons in this 4-man top side and the extra turret too. And turrets are back up on the map. Yeah, Blade is already starting to move back down, but this is starting to become a bit dicey because the next objective, spawning topside, will then allow them to go easily for the fort. Wall and fountain both taken apart. Level lead in addition to that too. Makke isn't doing too shabby on his quest talent either. I mean, he's sitting at 13 stacks already, 7.5 minutes into the game. 22,000 damage from Deathwing and 11,000 for Lili. The Deathwing pick, by the way, makes a whole lot of sense. Since they picked the fake dragon, they needed to compensate with the real dragon for it. So that balances itself out right now. X-Ray, Sanctification, saving their ass in that fight. There was a decent trap set up initially. But the strafe! Makke nearly getting the kill against the Nubarak. And Blade is just YOLOing in hard at this point. I mean, he is really driving the back now. Okay. Everybody now jumping down to the bottom of the map. In the middle are still sitting tight. That's a lot of turrets at least that they hold here. So they have 3 turrets. That's quite a lot when you make your play for objective number 2. 2 kills against 0 still. Not a kill heavy game. Very, very different from game number 1 where we had in total, how many kills? I think it was 28, right? So until, for now, only 2 over here. A little bit more strategic, a little bit more just like laid back from both teams in the attempt to just like play disciplined and avoid unnecessary deaths. Makke, of course, a bit more farther out right now. Always gets the assist from Ui with his Oriel, trying to heal him through and keeping the hope stacks up pretty high. That thing is also moving in now. The extra level 13 talent is kind of neat. Siphoning arrow for Makke. In this case, we have the holy ground, so trying to actually cordon them off here. Driving a little bit of a wedge between the players of the red team. Deathwing coming in, and it's time to shine. Yeah, now that we have level 13 on both sides, we have the Illusionist for Ultralisk. That's actually a huge improvement now for his Calamity build, so that's going to help him a lot. But that would be the 3rd healing beacon if they get that. Kind of want to take that away from them. There's the Holy Ground, and the Nubra gets out. Clutch, my friend, clutch. Healing beacon is taken. It's kind of bananas. Yeah, the shots keep coming. 2 kills against 0. They can tap at the fountain here in the middle and then rotate towards the top. Apparently, X-Ray can... I mean, yeah, he's trying to get the heals here. There comes the healing grenade too. Didn't go to the fountain. But they're trying to retake the spot. Protector number 2 is up for grabs. Here comes the engage as a Nubarak goes in. Deathwing eating a lot of damage. Double... Oh my god. Double healing beacon immediately. That's a bit of an overlap that we currently have there. Maybe a little bit too trigger happy. Fat fingered that item. Blade is low. Ah, the... Oh, Li Ming! Li Ming with a kill and the quick reset. Yeah, she's a dragon hunter. Makke gets saved by the Sanctification, but the question is for how long. The nano-boosted Ultralisk still wants the kill, and Makke is about to get out. Where's Misha when you need her? He's still alive. Unbe-fucking-leavable. Great play here by the blue team, keeping Makke in it, keeping him alive, killing Thrall in the process, and now we have a bit of a wraparound attempt by Team Hasu as they're trying to go for Gia, who maybe overextends slightly here. Now the traps are in. He's already up at the front, and everybody else starts to rotate down. It looks like they might give this one up again. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright. More items, this time at the bottom of the map. And Chromie is already there. Protector is taken. Gia completes his quest. Gets a bit of damage out. But at least this one's taken. Kiss that fort goodbye. That one's a goner. And now they can try and make the play for the bot lane. Everybody else on the red team is already awaiting the rotation. Expecting it, of course. Okay. Let's go. Where are we headed with this? Level 16 talents. They're so close right now for Team Makke. Incredibly close at this point. If they can actually pull that off, that would be pretty fantastic. Get the talent, get the push going through the bot lane, and completely obliterate it. 42,000 damage now for Valla. Valla on serious numbers with compared to the 26 that we have for Thrall. I mean, Li Ming isn't even top damage for the red team. It's gonna take over eventually, but right now she's still suffering. Down here, different story. The fight continues. Level 16 talents are in, and it actually gives us multi-shot on level 16. Frost shot incoming. No Manticore against this lineup. Yeah. Going for the ranged poke. Ranged poke and a little bit more control through the slows from Makke. Quest completed for Rexa as well, so that's extra armor. That's neat. They need a level 16 talent. And they're gonna get it any second now. And they can fight back. So at least when we talk about the next battle around the third objective, it should be even talents. And Epicenter is now, of course, the pick for Nubarak. And that makes the entire aggressive combination just so much more dangerous. Epic Enter. There it is. Epic Enter, the level 16 talent. So you can epically enter the backline and take it apart. Which is exactly what he's going to try and do. It's kind of mind-blowing to me that after the kill fiesta that we've seen in game number 1, we're looking at 4 kills total 13 minutes in. I mean, it's night and day. Seriously. Very, very slow builds here. So, off we go. There's the approach, down to the middle. 5-man defense though, as Chromie starts to poke away against all of this. And let's go. Also, spell power increase. With Li Ming, with Valla going for the arrow build, that makes of course perfect sense. And also, it would help Chromie. Yeah, let's go. A little more bounces here from Hasu. Hasu actually going straight up into the Alpha Wolf over here. And here they go, trying to get the damage and the lockdown in. Valla already a little bit low, trying to turn it against Thrall. But the War Chief moves out. Thrall already on the Baywhack. Everybody else on the run here. Attacks keep coming, they're trying to zone. Top side is pushing slowly. Catapults are already accumulating on the top lane. We're only 14 minutes in. Should destroy the entire setup, but still something to keep an eye on. And here we go. Let's go, boys. Deathwing trying to fly down. Ultraliska's able to move out. No problem here, but Valla not so lucky. She doesn't get out. The Sanctification not saving her this time. Looks like Gia might actually fall on Chromie too. Team Hasu all of a sudden looking for the kills here, but they need to be careful because Hasu is already a little bit low. Blade gets a few more hits pushed on against him, but there is no deleting Deathwing from the game just yet. Still alive and kicking, putting out the damage numbers here. 5 versus 4 though, a little swing of momentum right now. Slight momentum swing for them. They try to use it to get additional items. Good rotation over here. Steal the items away, make the play for it. Try and get an advantage for objective number 3. They nearly closed the gap in experience completely, which is actually super important now. So even if level 20 is accomplished by Team Makke, we should see the same happening on the side of Team Hasu. Just Storm Talents for both of them. Top side. Deathwing. Can't get a kill here. Everybody is still hoping to get maybe a pick. Oriel is defending at the bottom, but already letting this, of course, push as far in as possible, not meeting it too far out on the lane, so that they can't jump on her and take her down easily. Now it's time for the next objective. We shouldn't see 20 around this. We should not see 20. This should all happen before that. Okay, they try to go for Valla. Already going for Tyrael here. He doesn't have the Sanctification right now. They're stunned, but the Aegis is in. And saves his ass. Alright, Tyrael's still alive. Deathwing's still up at the top. Actually starting to jump down now. Big push top lane though. Yeah, they need to deal with that. And they actually abandon the objective very, very early. Move towards the top to defeat all of this. And then they can go back down. And they're also going for the additional item. Yeah, but they're not the only one, because the red team is having some company up here. Yes, oh, the combo of Li Ming misses as the blue team moves in. Deathwing, they're trying to turn Deathwing into Deadwing, but so far it's not working out. The Sanctification was on the ground again, and the healing beacon has actually already been taken and used, so they couldn't secure that. Still no pressure topside, or no relief of the pressure. So this one is now finally getting attacked by Hasu. Now, of course, there's only 16 points on the progress bar on objective number 3 for Team Makke, so not all is lost yet, but you look at experience, and that paints a very different picture, and it's a bleak picture from the perspective of Team Hasu Ops, because as you can tell, this one is gonna hurt. Storm Talons are now in, and it's a half-level lead, because the experience wasn't soaked just yet. They're trying to do that as quickly as they possibly can, but the lanes are pretty much pushed out. That would be a wave that you could possibly get, but we're all looking at 40% over here. They're trying to get the camp 2, that will give them a little bit of extra experience, of course. Starting to make the move right now. Bot lane, this is where the blue team is already set up quite nicely. We have still Farflight Quiver taken as a level 20 talent for Vala, despite the level 16 choice. Battle Arena is in. 74%, 20 versus 20. Anubarak with the rewind, kill command, Thrall with the earthen shields, and they're starting to make their plays now. They have to go for it, and they have to go for it quickly. Vala is still trying to hold the spot a little bit longer, doing what she can here. And right now, the big boy attack incoming. Blade already getting the damage pushed a bit. 99%. X-Ray jumping out. And Deathwing gets deaded. Deadwing in the game. Oh, X-Ray barely getting out here. The team is still fighting, but they can't abandon the spot. Hasu is standing on it. He's the only one. Do they let it go? Do they let it go? 99%. And here comes the play for Tyrael. Oh, they nearly got the kill, but the sanctification. And the healing beacon. Protector is claimed. Tyrael is about to go down. They at least get that kill. Max Passion, trade value, baby. Gets wrecked. And that's a huge setup now for Team Makke. Fantastic setup for them right here. 6 kills against 4. Now, as I said in some of the previous games, Protector number 3 does usually not end the game anymore. I'd be surprised if they can make it through this. They shouldn't. It shouldn't be possible for them. There's the attack already, as they're starting to move through. 2 heroes are down, Deathwing and Tyrael. I mean, there's no way this game ends here. They might even be able to hold on to the key. With the Protector number 3 not being as strong as it was in the past and 2 heroes missing, there's definitely a chance. Deathwing is already moving out. He's going to be there in time, unless, well, he seems like he rotates towards the top to try and save the fort here, which would also be a good step. Down here, the keep takes severe damage and might still fall after all. They're about to go for it and they grab it. So 1 keep at least down. That's something. Can they do more? Doesn't seem like it. 1 keep down. 6 versus 4. And where's the damage output for us now? Damage output with 52,000 for Li Ming. Thrall on 48k. That's actually pretty respectable. And 74,000 for Vala. Lot more than what we're having from Chromie here, for example. So yeah, great setup for them. But this game isn't over. What's the item situation? Not a lot of items in play anymore. So both of the teams will fight for those as much as they can. Bot lane has to be at least watched. We're 19 minutes in. And again, this brings us into another situation where we are most likely going to see a bigger late game here. Quest talents are all completed. Nothing left. We don't have any endless stacking that could capitalize on the situation that we have in the game right now. Alright, attacks are in. They're all trying to fight over the top here. Deathwing in particular is all the way up at the front. Trying to make his plays here. Yeah, jumping in again. Careful. Off we go. With a little setup. Everybody trying to get that healing beacon. Deathwing on the spot. Bakul comes in too. They're about to take it. Li Ming wants to get the damage out, but can't. Still the chain lightning from Thrall as they're trying to poke it out slightly. But nope. Not quite. Trying to make the plays happen, but they can't get it. Healing beacon is claimed. Blue team has it, and they have the turret already. And the shields are falling on the core. 3 catapults are in. Starting to do a bit of damage over here. Same time now, the next item is about to be attacked, and well, this one could be a problem. Yeah, they're still fighting for it, and it gets stolen. The cockroach comes in and just simply takes it away. Nicely done. Then again, the big fight. The sanctifications are fucking on point in this game. I mean, holy hell, my friend. They are really playing fantastic around that. You gotta give them that. Fantastic sanctifications here, 98% on the core. And honestly, these Tyrael plays have pretty much saved the day for them multiple times right now. Gotta respect that for sure. Now Ultralisk is moving out again. We are still waiting for the next objective to be announced. At the same time now, the play towards the middle. Not a single... I mean, top lane structure is still there. They take the camp now. Red team is conserving their own for a little bit longer, deeper in the game. So that's pretty important now too, because they have to take this before the next objective spawns. That top lane gets pushed out over here. They need to defend this first of all, take their own camp, time it properly around the objective, so there's not enough damage against the top keep. Bot lane has to be warded off too, which isn't going to be easy either. Makke is in a fantastic spot with his team to secure a 2-0 victory in this game. They're in a great spot for that. And they could definitely make that happen. Hasu would find himself in the loser bracket if it ever comes to that. Ah, well, for now. Rewind is of course another thing that we have to be very cautious of. Good double stun from X-Ray. Could completely change the tides of the battle here as this game continues. But keep that bot lane a bit in mind. This is another issue. That fountain over here is a big problem actually. That pre-tap is a thing. Especially since there's no fountain anymore left on the side of the red team on the fort line anyways. I mean, it's not like they can just fall back to the bot lane and tap there and then go into the battle. That isn't possible for them either. So it's a really dire situation that we're talking about right now for Team Hasu. And they are very well aware of it. Yeah, and here we go. Bot lane, still a problem. Over here, that's the big fight. Again, you can't lose this one. They need to lock this one in, or they are more or less lost in this setup. Here comes Deathwing again, up at the front. Fight is starting. Bot lane, catapults have been taken out. Minions are still pushing. No problem for now. They still have a little bit of time left. But objectives are long on this map. Again, the jump in, it's all on Liming right now. Liming needs to get a good combo off. They need to get something done here. And of course, the Nubarak is there too, but they're already losing a little bit of ground. Hasu is in slight trouble, but they're trying to go for Blade, and they get a couple of good damage points against him. Is it going to be enough, though? That's the big question. Chromie's firing from the backline time and time again. Makke dancing around, up at the front, looking for the angle. Once again, they're going in for Tyrael. The Sanctification is going to be a game changer if he gets a good one out again. Here comes the Earthen Shields. They're making the play into the backline. Already the Eek is being used. Auriel in trouble. Oh, he's about to fall. And he goes down. Nearly survives. There's the Sanct on the ground. But the hero is still dead. Auriel is dead, and that might just be the start of a comeback into this game. Bot lane, double catapult, has to be dealt with. Top lane, one catapult. Still a bit of time here. Already the rotation towards the healing beacon for just a second from Tyrael. Rex are the one to move down to the bottom of the map to make sure that the core doesn't fall against those catapults. Someone else could maybe rotate down and snipe this one as well. In the meantime, another item is about to be taken. It's going to be clutch, ladies. This is going to be a clutch one for sure. Not an easy one. And Gia pausing the game. Typical 3-2-3 moment right here. The tactical pause confirmed. No clue what's happening over here for the boys, but this is a really dicey situation right now. And it gives both teams, of course, a little bit of breathing room to just talk about what are the next steps here, what needs to be done right now in order to win this game. And when we're talking about the blue team, they have at least the healing beacon, so that's at least that. You look over towards the red team, they locked in one turret, so that's what they are currently holding. And when you are seeing Max Passion, he's going to move towards the top to take the catapults down over here. And the situation in the game is that we now have 59% already for the team in red and 47% for the team in blue. The problem is that Auriel is still dead for another 29 seconds. So that's actually a lot. That's not only 29 seconds that she's going to be missing. That's travel time that also isn't even accounted for until she could be back in the fight. So the chances of the blue team to actually lock this one in are pretty slim. But you look towards the minimap and just have a look at those lanes. We have on every single lane still a fort available for Team Makke, which means it's going to be really tricky with the Protector to go through all of that. It's not going to be easy at all. Of course, if the blue team gets a kill right now, then it's a totally different story. And they're trying to buy time already. They saw Rexa topside, so they could make that play. Bot lane, again, no catapult here, but the next one is already moving in. But it's a do-or-die scenario, to be honest with you. 87% against 63. They're pushing them back again. Oriel is back to business. Sanctification is on cooldown for another 30 seconds. Cocoon, they're trying to force the fight. They're trying to force the fight right now. Makke in trouble and he's down. Makke is down and the kill against Tyrael. Tyrael and Makke both dead, and now it's time to push. At this point, you want to go for the objective. You want to go for the forts. This is the momentum that Team Hasu just needed in order to turn this around. Game number 1, they dominated for a long period of time, but Team Makke had the comeback in their hands towards the end of the game, and now it's the turnaround attempt in game number 2 as they're attempting to tie the series. Double catapult at the bottom. We're 25 minutes into the game right now. They're moving in. They're trying to finish it. Deathwing comes in. Keep is about to go down. Keep is about to fall. Gets the shots through. Lots of damage. Core is getting attacked. Bottom of the map. The shields are already starting to take damage over here, but they're trying to finish it. It's only 3 defenders. Not more than that. Deathwing already in trouble. The core shields are falling. Trying to send those rocket fists out, of course. And the protector is about to fall, but the core is already down to 30%. Max damage. Maximum damage. And that is a victory for Team Hasu as they lock in the W in Volskaya Foundry and force game number 3 in this best of 3 series. Game number 3, the comeback. Well, actually, we had a comeback in both maps, and now Infernal Shrines is going to show who will proceed through the winner bracket and who's going to drop down into the losers bracket here on Infernal Shrines. So yeah, let's go for it. Team Makke, they could play with Mephisto again. They used the hero in game number 1. Is Ana going to be banned out? That's the next question, of course. Is Ana actually going to be banned out against Team Hasu this time, or are they going to let her through again like they did previously? That's pretty much the question. So at this point, we have actually first pick and first ban for Team Hasu, which is actually kind of interesting, because Makke's team lost the last map. So they, at this point, had the choice whether they want to go into first pick, or if they want to choose a map. And they decided in favor of the map, picked Infernal Shrines, and let first pick go. So Hasu and his team now have the opportunity to ban this out. Zul should be banned in all of this. Malfurion actually gets eliminated again. We still have the chance that one of Makke's hero is getting focused. First of all, though, that Junkrat ban. Yeah, that keeps actually popping up in a lot of the maps that where you can get mad value out of Junkrat. The hero gets banned out, and that's currently what we're gonna get here too. So let's have a little bit of a look there. Yeah, there's the Zul ban, and now just a question that has to be answered. Is it going to be an Ana ban, yes or no? Do they target Banana H with this, or do they just simply say, alright, whatever, pick your Ana first if you really want her, and then we're gonna try and ban a mage out or take one away and just like play around it. Now there's of course a lot of other options now. There's another map where, for example, Leo plays a huge role too, to an extent that we've even seen him banner in the past. Don't really assume that he's gonna end up in a ban position right now, but he should be played. And they are more afraid of the Medivh again. It's kind of interesting because, of course, the blue team has also players who could play Medivh here, but with Ultralisk and Hasu both being able to lock him in, he can be a massive game changer, and has been played by Team Hasu in this tournament. So yeah, Medivh gets eliminated, as he did in the previous map. And now the question, Ana, yes or no? That's kind of what they have to answer. There's other great heroes here. I was just about to mention Johanna, but Tyrael, of course, has been an absolute staple in the lineup of Team Makke. So this time they're picking Tyrael away. He gets mad value also on this map with the Sanctification. And let's not forget about the setups that I've been highlighting in the last 2 drafts, where you just simply pick Rhaegar with Bloodlust, which has been buffed 2 patches ago. And you go for Greymane, and all of a sudden you have a terrifying composition in big team fights. Drop a Sanctification on the ground, you get the Swift Retribution in with Tyrael, and then the Bloodlust. But of course, Team Makke kind of knows that too, so the first thing that they do, they pick Rhaegar away. No way that you're getting all 3 of that. Okay, now that we're heading into it, what do we get? This is going to be the big one. Is Greymane going to be picked with this? Rhaegar or no Rhaegar? Are we going to see the Ana pick instead? Do we see maybe a mage even prioritized at this point? Yeah, Ana is in, and we have Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy for the auto attack. Ana gets taken. Jimmy also good for the defense once that your opponent has the Punisher. But with Ana, you still want to have a mage. And there's a couple of plays that they could make. I mean, Hasu already showed Kalthas a bit earlier, so if they want to swap Reyna over to someone else, they could also put him onto Kalthas again. I don't really think it's gonna happen. Li Ming is a hero you usually don't see on this map all that much. If anything, then it's most likely going to be either Gul'dan or Jaina. There's the ban against Leo. If not banned, then I'm pretty sure he would have been taken here too. Still keeps, of course, Blaze open, and Blaze is also a very solid combo with Tyrael, because you have those layered defenses with Sanctification, and then also shortly after the Bunker, or vice versa. There's the ban on Greymane. Yeah, the Wolf Pact, you don't want to go up against it. Bloodlusted Rhaegar, no thank you. Bloodlusted Greymane. Bloodlusted Rhaegar is also, can be pretty annoying, but it's more so the Greymane that you're a bit afraid of in this spot. Okay. What else? What's Makke going to play? That's actually the big one. Makke is hero choice here. And well, there's the Gul'dan pick. And here we got Johanna. Mentioned her earlier. That could have been another ban, by the way. Could have banned out Johanna too. It's actually a very late pick for her, considering that she's normally a ban. Most of the time an early pick. But very high priority nonetheless. Alright. Ana plus... What's the X factor here? I'm still saying we're gonna get either Chen or Blaze. Blaze it is, and Sylvanas. Alrighty. Gia is the last one that needs a hero. And then we can go. Game 3, final map in this best of 3 series. Again, we have another 3 series coming up later. So there's plenty that's gonna happen in this tournament. And the game should all be great. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, Quacknick's gonna play next against Team Nyx. Let's have at it. Kerrigan! Nice! Alright, let's go. Kerrigan is in. The final map in the winner bracket match. Let's go. The in-house league in Europe continues. Game number 3, Infernal Shrines, and on the left side, Makke on Gul'dan, we on Rhaegar, Burger aka Backhold on Johanna, we have G on Kerrigan, and Blade on Rexxar. To the right side of the map, X-Ray on Tyrael, Ultralisk on Sylvanas, Banana H on Ana, detecting a little bit of a theme here, and Hasu Ops on Jimmy, with Max Passion on Blaze. Game number 3, the conclusion. Level 1 talent for Jimmy should be Exterminator again, and indeed it is. Talent got severely buffed, of course, by Blizzard a few patches ago, and they also started to nerf Ace in the Hole. So all of a sudden this talent has mad value. We have, right now, typical talents on the blue team side. I mean, level 1 we see this a bit more often with the Electric Charge. Could have, of course, gone for the Totem Place instead. Echoed Corruption is in for Gul'dan. That doesn't really come as a surprise. And Jimmy is already fighting it out. Good damage against Gia. Oh my god, Kerrigan. Careful, girl. The Queen of Blades nearly got eliminated over here. Yeah, that was a little bit bonkers. Same time now, everybody's still starting to move to the bottom. Okay. A lot of aggressive plays here from Team Hasu Ops. They have the more aggressive lineup now, especially, of course, with Tyrael, which can empower so many of these plays there. The top lane, that's where Blaze is now fighting against the Rexxar. And as usual, down here, it's soon going to be about the camps. Actually, now that the 1 minute mark has been hit, the camps have appeared on the map. So it's time to focus onto those Khazra camps, onto those siege camps. And especially, of course, with Sylvanas, Jimmy, I mean, there's a lot of damage they can immediately put to the test to make that work. First camp already taken, and the rotation towards the bottom of the map to try and take the, I want to call it the neutral one. We have one on the left, one on the right, and this one up for grabs for both of the teams. Rhaegar is just now coming it back, so Team Hasu Ops should actually be able to take this one. Should be theirs, and that gives them a tiny leading experience. Not a big one, still. It's actually another thing that's going to be really interesting to see in the next couple of weeks, if the priority of Sylvanas is going to rise now that we have different aggro on towers through the latest patch. So with the new tower and fort mechanics, Sylvanas could be one of the heroes that actually benefits from it, because with her you can make more aggressive plays, which previously were easily possible without her in your setup, but that might be interesting. That's a good body block, by the way. Yeah, Rexxar is down, overstepping a bit, and Blade dies first in this game. Taking apart very, very quickly. But he also gives them a little bit more time, and that's used to break nearly through the wall at the bottom of the map. So I'm not quite sure if that was really the trade-off that was worth it for them. It's nice to have that extra kill, but if I look at the damage that was done at the bot lane here, I think that's probably a bit more beneficial to them. So, yeah. Okay. Top right. Camp is going to be timed. Banana H on his special snowflake right there. On the top left side, Blade is currently attempting to take the camp too. Needs a bit of assistance, and the rest of the team is happy to oblige. The actual shrine spawns at the bottom of the map, so far away from those two shaman camps. So that might upset the balance on the top. But down here, level 4 talents at the inn. Eternal Retaliation for the cooldown reduction on Jojo. And here you go. Gia against Ana. Gets the pull, but not the stun. Messes the combo up just slightly. Nicely dodged also. And with that, we are heading into the actual team fight. Yeah, Max Passion, careful. There's already the D being used by Johanna. Goes straight in for the Iron Skin. Bit of a hit against Rhaegar in the back. 5 against 4 points towards the objective. Big wave clear, especially from the blue team. But nice joint point control right now. Especially with the slows here through the oil spill. Greenpeace would be mad, but the red team is happy. In comes Misha though, and what a stun setup. Double kill, Sylvana's down, Blaze eliminated, Team Makke going for the lead once again. Yeah, nicely done. I mean, the initial start was pretty awesome. First of all, we have the oil spill, the control of the choke point, and then with Misha jumping in and getting 2 stuns out, that fight turned very quickly. Now they have the level 7 advantage over their opponent. They got the Frozen Punisher, and they can also open the side wall and the main gate up very easily to attack the heroes behind it once that the Punisher jumps in. There's a good chance that we're going to see the entire fort fall. It honestly should here. Now, do they attack the heroes? Yes or no? That's the question. With the Frozen Punisher, at least this one is disabled quite a bit. Misha is already down, but you can tell that they're a little bit more careful around the fort right now. Once that it's frozen again, they make their play. But beforehand, everybody was like, yeah, guys, be careful. Don't run into anything where they can all of a sudden exploit the fact that the fort is attacking you and that you're taking damage and losing armor. So, good attack. Nicely done. Everybody now moving straight up towards the mid and top. Gonna go for a little bit of a flyby attempt here. 2 kills against 1, and Rexa is at the bottom of the map, making sure that they lock in another camp. Great start for Team Makke, really well done. Lead in experience, fort destroyed, 2 kills locked in. Couldn't honestly be any better for them. Yeah, that was a pretty good start here. Well, Swift Retribution is now in. Also, level 7, Lost Soul, so no wave talent here. Okay, Lost Soul has been claimed. As usual, the unstable compound. And Rhaegar now has his cleanse. Went also into the shield talent on level 4, so no healing totem for him. But, yep, with that, level 10 is in reach. Playing it a little bit safer right now. Mid lane is more so pushing. Of course, Gul'dan wants to stack his quest a bit. Makke with a happy cloud at this point. Right now, they have every reason to be happy. Every reason to be happy about the situation in the game. The early level 10 might even allow them to go in and get a kill. If level 10 comes in and Makke gets a good Horrify, for example, that's an easy kill for them. That's also why Max Passion needs to get the hell out of there. And yeah, uses the jet propulsion to get behind the gate just as Misha is trying to make the stun happen. Because if that stun comes in, again, he's dead. Doesn't have the bunker at this point, so they get a bit of a free damage in against the wall, nearly take it down, but now we have level 10 abilities on both sides. And this is where the real sustainable setup for Hasu comes in, with the bunker, with Sanctification. Hyperion 2, full on zone control, what we see from them. Okay. Oh, Bestial Wrath. Look at that. Misha setup. Alright. Yeah, we're going full Misha in this game, ladies. Okay. For once, we don't see the boars. Nothing's gonna get unleashed in this one. Rhaegar still hasn't made a choice yet. I mean, with Bestial Wrath, if you don't go for Bloodlust, you're just doing it wrong. Now, these days, we had a 1 out of, I want to say, 7 or 8 games where Ancestral was played. Outside of that, it was just Bloodlust, 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 Bloodlust. For Misha with Bestial Wrath, Bloodlust would be pretty fantastic. Against Kerrigan when she starts to jump in, would also like to have an Ancestral. So there's going to be a bit of a debate, but not for long. Bloodlust is in. Surprise, surprise, who would have thought? And let's go. Bloodlusted Misha. The bear frothing at the mouth. Yeah, Misha was always dangerous to go up against, but right now... they can make some impossible plays happen. I mean, bear with me here, but auto attacks on Misha could be really, really nice. Okay. Misha has already used at the front line to scout that out a little bit. And here we go. Misha immediately, a little bit early maybe on the ult, like, I don't know. I would have personally waited a bit until the Bloodlust is down and the main team fight starts, but he fat-fingered that R button hard. Here comes Hyperion, slowing them down already. No Sanctification just yet. Zone control on a moment. X-Ray zipping around. The stun, and he gets killed. No Sanct for him. Tries to get some tactical value out of the trade. Not happening either. 37 points now against 22. Team Makke, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Team Makke doing solid work. 3 kills against 1. They only needed 1 against Tyrael, and now they have another Punisher in their hands. Okay. And here we go. Level 13 talents on top of that. So Chrysalis is now in. After we've already seen a focus straight into the basic attacks, we now have the Dire Beast in. Okay. Top side on the other hand. Blade goes down. Towers do work, but not enough. Here comes Gia though. Jet Propulsion is in. It's all about trying to save Sylvanas here, and Sylvanas is going to get out. Yeah, Sylvanas is going to get out. The bait at the bottom, always bait over the wall for the defense, which is exactly what they do. So they can save the keep. No problem here. Level behind. 1 kill behind. Yeah, I mean, again, they're still in it. They're still in it. They're trying to claw their way back to victory. And they made it happen on map 2, so they might actually be able to pull that off. We'll see. Okay. Down to the bottom of the map. Yeah, camps are taken. I mean, this is the problem. When you start to lose map control, the camps are claimed by your opponent just consistently. That puts up more pressure onto each lane as they're starting to push out. And in addition to that, you also lose some experience. So it's going to make the entire setup more difficult. And let's not forget that with all of those forts eliminated, the fountains have fallen too. And the next objective spawns at the bottom of the map. And there is no fountain anywhere to be found for Team Hasu. So they are starting to be in an awkward spot here. What they really need is a kill. They need a team fight. And they need it before level 16 hits for Team Makke, or they're going to be way out. Yeah, that's where we have the jet propulsion. And that should be a kill. That has to be a kill. And it is a kill. Nice! The slow over here as they try to go for Blade, and Blade goes down too. Can they get more? They try for Makke, and he's low. The triple kill denied. Ah, the Horrify. The Horrify, and they're still in it. Max Passion. Careful, buddy. Minus 40 armor is a lot. Yeah, the new keep mechanics and core mechanics are doing wonders here. 2 kills alone though, really solid, and that's exactly what they needed. They closed the experience gap a little bit, and with the pressure at the bottom of the map, they might have just enough to maybe even take down the fort. If not take it, at least get some damage on it. Because the level 16 talent for the blue team is a real threat to them. Max Passion is still sitting here trying to get the experience. They need to close this gap as quickly as they can for the next objective. If another Punisher ends up in the hands of Team Makke, it's going to be a very difficult recovery from there on. Okay, off we go. Alright. By the way, I haven't really talked about the new mechanic on Infernal Shrines, so just so you guys know, it's a little bit on it's a pretty hefty cooldown actually. So every 12 seconds, we have 2 volleys of frozen orbs exploding, which is still a bit awkward to me. I mean, because let's be honest, I mean, this is a hell map pretty much. But those frozen orbs are very similar to what these frozen Punishers are spawning the entire time, and they are centered around the core. And you get locked down by them. So they actually do, again, percentage damage, and you get rooted as well if hit. So it's a pretty powerful mechanic, but it's also on a very, very long cooldown. So for core attacks, it's something to really watch out for. You can play around it a little bit, but if you get caught at any point and there are defenders around, they can capitalize on that very easily. So you need to be careful. But now we have 16 at least for both teams. And this is pretty much what Team House Ops tried to accomplish here, right? An even fight. But now they have to win that fight. So they did their homework, but now they need to make sure that they're also capitalizing on the situation. Misha is already pushing in. 16, the feign death. Jimmy's trying to do the damage. Talking damage, sitting at 22,000 right now. Gul'dan. Yeah, Gul'dan. Careful. Gul'dan is low. And Gia's getting attacked too. Kerrigan with a combo and denied. Yep, there we have it. The kill against the Ultralisk. Gia is low. And that Will of the Forsaken was fantastic for Ultralisk. There's the nano boost and they're chasing them back. 16 versus 16 points. Misha is also eliminated. They're getting slowed down again. And thanks to all the shields, this is looking better and better for Team Hasu Ops right now. Yeah, Will of the Forsaken definitely ruining the play of Kerrigan here. The unstoppable frames came in at the right moment in time, denying the stun, and now they're getting the first Punisher in this game. Do they meet the top aggression though? Right now, nobody rotates up. Nobody does. This is a 4 trade. Down here, the attack against Berkult. They're actually trying to get him. Ooh, they're not fast enough. This is getting awkward, boys. This is getting really awkward. This is a push for keep. And the red team, they have the extra Punisher. That's a Mortar Punisher, by the way. So they're trying to break through this quickly. Blaze actually retreated in order to help out here. Oh, can he interrupt? Can he interrupt? Oh, Makke! Makke interrupted. He's gonna miss for the defense. Punisher baited in the middle for just a moment. And down here we still got Sylvanas. This is a 4 versus 4 for a bit longer, but they are abandoning the position. They're abandoning it. Blaze is dealing with the top and he has to deal with the middle. He needs to take the catapult down. The creep is already losing hit points. So it comes down to, I mean, it's pretty much a trade. Honestly, the Punisher ended up giving them a bit of a trade because they haven't been able to take the keep down. It was a good reaction out of Team Makke. I really like it. The top lane push was great and they just moved back with everybody in time to set the defense up here, so that was good. And let's see what else they can actually do with this now. Oh, clutch! Yeah, abandoning the camp here. So, nice to give it up, but good push also from Team Makke. The aggressive position, and in that choke point, you really don't want to fight that fight. But that's gonna be a little bit bonkers. Okay. Damage output. 23,000. 124,000 siege damage. Both for Gul'dan. And Jimmy hasn't fallen yet. 31,000, so that puts him in very comfortably into the #1 spot in the damage output. And Sylvanas is short behind him. I mean, again, Sylvanas has currently 30,000 herself. 1 fort fallen. 1 fort against 3. And it's all about the level 20 talent next. Yeah, and of course about the next shrine, which is going to spawn topside. So topside spawn, we're going to have a frozen shrine activating up there. Let's have at it. Okay. Come on, come on. There's the Ruinous Affliction in. And, well, let's see. Yeah, topside is also sitting there. Makke is currently sitting tight. But by the way, like, the retreat over here, I talked about this in the first few games, but of course a lot of this is also because of the newer mechanics. Misha again! The choke point! Even with the Will of the Forsaken, she gets taken down! Counter kills or bust, baby! The Hyperion did work, but they're still all alive. Here comes the attempt of Blaze to go for the jet propulsion. Sanctification saving their ass for just another second. Max Passion waiting for a combo that never comes. Tyrael! Horrify, run, Jimmy, run! Run! Oh! And the doggy comes in for the kill. Kerrigan at the side. Max, oh my god, the save! Max Passion with a save! Oh, Blade! Kerrigan! They're chasing them so hard! It's ridiculous! It's absolutely... What a juke! What the fuck? The great escape of 2020! Unbelievable! Sylvanas back in 10 seconds. The shrine activating topside. Oh my god, that was insane. That was absolutely bonkers. Everybody just juke city. X-ray, careful bro. This is really the wrong moment to die here. And also you didn't take holy ground, so you can't just simply take this one here. But what a juke attempt. 20 versus 20. We are in it to win it. Yeah, ults are slowly coming back. Tyrael has to wait a long time though until he has his sanctification back up. This is one of the most important fights. Maybe the most important fight in this game. Absolutely insane. Off we go. Misha upgraded again. Spirit Bond at this point. Okay, the damage is going to come out here. Rexa's already sitting at 23,000. That's nearly as much as we see from Gul'dan. The poke is there. 3 seconds for sanctification. Bloodlust. Oh my god, the tactical pause. Just as the Bloodlust comes in. Big 3-2-3 moment right now. Bloodlust being used. 0.6 seconds for Tyrael. Where is Tyrael? Tyrael's actually in the middle of things. X-Ray needs to hammer that R button as quickly as he possibly can. Ultralisk apparently having a couple of problems. Hasu honestly had a lot of issues just recently with, I think, his headset, so that might be the problem right here. But this is insane. Bloodlust just used, and that's the attack. But look at Blade. He's all the way in the back here. Misha is nearly in the fight, but Blade needs a little bit longer until he's finally there and ready to battle. We have 27,000 damage on Gul'dan right now, and this is going to be just nuts. It comes down to the Horrify. Horrify against Sanctification, and Horrify is ready. Sanctification isn't. Blessed Shield is here too, and look at Barkult. He's in position. They can try and go for X-Ray. If they snipe him, and they are just down. Max Passion, on the other hand, does he have the jet propulsion? That's the big question right now. If he comes in with a stun and locks them down for just half a second, for just 1 second, that's enough for the rest of the team to really react here. Hasu is going to turn around for the quick Hyperion, and we also have, of course, the opportunity of a bunker. It's going to be insanely close, insanely clutch at this moment, and this fight might just decide the outcome of this game. The keep on the red team side is not only exposed, but it's already low, and this is the most important fight now. It's game number 3, 4 kills against 5, and as soon as we are back in the action, it's going to be just an absolute explosion, and it can turn quickly for each side. The question are, does the Blessed Shield come out? Does the Horrify come out? Does Max Passion get the stun in before that? Hasu Ops, can they maybe get a counter kill? If X-Ray goes down, if they can focus on Tyrael, can they get the counter kill? That's the bigger question here. Banana Age, of course, also still with the nano boost. And let's not forget, Ultralisk could also attempt to get his own Wailing Arrow out. If he connects that and they can't get the kill against Tyrael, once that the Sanctification is in play, that fight turns. And it turns extremely quickly. So there is a lot going on with this right now. And honestly, I have no idea who's going to take that. It comes really down to who reacts the fastest, and that unpause is going to be very uncomfortable for both sides. Very likely going to be executed by Hasu Ops over here. He's probably going to be the one to do that, and then everybody is just hammering their ults out. And Blade is late to the party. I mean, Misha is going to participate here already before he's going to make his way in, but Blade is a little bit late to all of that action, and that might just result in them missing that one player with the ability. Misha can't even, she can't even provide a stun at this point. And the good thing for I was about to say washed up, for Team Hasu is they're actually really spread out right now. I mean, incredibly spread out at this point. But those two in the middle, the front line, that's the question. Quick kills against them, and it's a totally different ball game. And as I said, 0.6 seconds on the Sanct. And Blessed Shield is available. Oh god, this is going to be nuts. This is going to be really insane. So, if the red team wins it, they still have a chance to win the game. I don't think they can end. Maybe they can go down to the bottom of the map and try and end here. And try to move through the keep, but that's a whole map that they would have to traverse in order to get there. If the blue team, on the other hand, wins the fight, maybe not even the Punisher, they can go straight through the keep, and even with the new core mechanic, unless there are a couple of defenders left, they shouldn't have any problem to end this game and win this series. And again, this is game 3. This is the last game in this series. You win here, and you are in the winner bracket semi-final. The loser drops down into the loser's bracket, and that's going to be the big one, because you do not want to claw your way back into the grand final by moving through the loser's bracket. That's additional games for you. That's a lot more stress. It's a much tighter schedule, but here's the fight. And they all move back. They all move back. Nobody went in. Nobody went in, but Max Passion is a little bit low. Blast shield, blast shield, blast shield, and they kill him. They just kill him. They just kill him. No R, no nothing. They just go in and kill him, and oh my god, they're cleaning house. Fuck me, the triple kill, the quad kill. No sanctification used, no bunker used either, and they go for Ultralisk. What a setup. Oh my god. Nobody moving in at the start. Could be that the players even agreed on it. But then Blaze gets zoned out and doesn't even hit the bunker to save his life. Now the Punisher moves in. 30 seconds. What an insane, crushing, defeating blow here to Team Hasu. Makke and his boys on the move. Oh my god, the bolt on Ultralisk. Jesus, hiding in the corner here. This isn't Valorant, baby. They have vision, believe me. And now that they're going for the core, this is going to be it. The fight, it's a disaster for Team Hasu, and it is the end of Game 3. The red team ends up in the losers bracket as Team Makke locks in a 2-1 victory in the winner bracket match. A 2-1. Congratulations.